How am I prepared mentally? So mentally it's a competitive fight and I've got to bring competition. So in that sense, mentally it's not just about, all right, I want to box well and all this, just win. Mentally, like win, refuse to be beat. And that's how you mentally approach the fight, just go in there with a winner's mindset.
So Jake, you can fight basically anybody. You decide who your opponents are going to be. Why was this man the right opponent for right now?
I think this talk has been part of the conversation, and we've always wanted to fight each other. There's been some talk back and forth for a couple of years, and my goal is to become world champion and the WBA and WBC.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming that can put him to sleep 1000%.
Jake Paul showed up full of confidence, already acting like the win was guaranteed. He talked as if he'd mapped out the victory parade and chosen the soundtrack, selling his trademark over-the-top optimism and claiming he was about to stun everyone.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna break his face, I'm gonna break his body up, I'm gonna stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua stayed calm and composed, cold as luxury ice. To him, this wasn't some epic blockbuster moment, just another date on the calendar. And Jake was the one who set it up.
Who has more pressure on them going into this fight?
100% Anthony. Yeah, 1000%. This is something that's gonna weigh on him, right? Like, because of what you said, I'm going in there, I can fight free. If he starts getting touched up and losing rounds, I think the cookie will crumble.
Jake cast himself as the bold rule breaker, the kind of guy who stares at a reigning heavyweight and sees a chance to make money rather than a reason to run. And Joshua answered with that calm, courteous kind of threat that basically says, I'll handle this quickly.
Whatever he said, we'll see if the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to say. I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him, I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not gonna crumble, I'm solid. I've been through wars, and I'm still standing super strong. I align myself with some of the greatest coaches and greatest fighters in the world because I have that hunger, that desire.
Jake's spirit is all about fast moves, sharp angles, and fancy footwork, like he's gearing up for a heavyweight dance audition. Joshua, on the other hand, talked calmly about applying pressure, staying patient, and dragging his opponent into deep, uncomfortable waters. The sort of comments that make a person rethink their decisions.
I don't think there's any chance in the world, knowing what Anthony Joshua is a specialist at, he's a specialist at putting knuckles through your fucking brain, and that's what he's going to try to do to Jake Paul. And anything other than that, if from a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua, will make us all think it's a fixed fight. Whether or not Joshua can do it, whether or not, Jake Paul shocks the world and shows us that he really does know how to box really well and moves really good and uses his jab and blows us all away with a strategy and a lot of footwork and move.
Jake insisted that only fate itself could keep him from winning. Joshua responded with the calm confidence of someone saying, "All right then, let's see if that's true." It was pure showmanship versus disciplined preparation, podcast bravado up against exam day concentration. And the difference was obvious.
Any secret to boxing a guy like
Just get him with the right hand. That's what Jake Paul's looking for, the right hand. And if he lands, he could do good damage. So a lot of people underestimate Jake Paul, but in reality, he's a good fighter and he's dedicated, and that's what I like about him.
One man was selling confidence with a motivational speaker grin, while the other carried the quiet assurance of someone who already knows the ending of the story. And just when it seemed the Jake versus AJ madness couldn't get any more theatrical, Hearn drifted in, calm as a taxi driver listening to two supercars argue about speed, and simply said, "Easy, gents. We've already run the numbers."
You're quoted on record saying that you and AJ must retire if Jake Paul wins on December 19th. Stand by that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I suppose so. Yeah. Look, I don't see a world where Jake Paul wins this fight. I know that boxing's boxing. And I mean, what is it? Roy Jones came out this morning and said Jake Paul can win this fight.
Teddy Atlas as well.
Teddy Atlas. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, now I'm a bit worried. I won't retire. AJ should retire if he loses.
I'm sitting there thinking, this man is talking about retirement options the same way most people talk about booking a vacation, and somehow it still lands like a punch. Eddie is essentially saying, if AJ loses, we're not holding a post-fight chat, we're starting his goodbye tour. But he says it with such courtesy that you almost feel like clapping. And the best part? He breaks down AJ's weight like a fitness coach who lives off motivational posters, reminding everyone that a lighter Joshua is a more dangerous Joshua. In boxing terms, that means fewer mirror selfies and a whole lot more nightmares for the guy across the ring.
Don't forget, AJ's never made weight before, so all of a sudden he's tried. You know, he's been in camp for 2 or 3 weeks, and he's probably sitting at 260, 265, and it's like you got to make 245. It's 20 pounds. The weight clause and all of this is going to be an issue. It's something we have to keep our eye on. But I think AJ feels great. I think actually the lighter AJ is, the better he is.
Meanwhile, Jake is still carrying himself with superhero-level self-belief, and honestly, I can appreciate that. But confidence without heavyweight experience is like ordering a plain steak and insisting it's fine dining. Everyone watching can sense what's really going on. This isn't a gimmick. AJ's camp is treating it like a championship fight, and Eddie delivers that message with such smooth authority it almost sounds official. So now I'm looking at you like, place your wagers and get the popcorn ready, because one man is dreaming out loud while the other is quietly getting his weapons ready. And history usually favors the person who shows up with skill and tools, not the one who shows up with nothing but inspirational slogans.
I see AJ winning this fight with ease, comprehensively, destructively, violently, and I don't see a world where Jake Paul is competitive in the fight, let alone win the fight. But luckily, AJ's not preparing in a way that he just thinks it's a joke. He's preparing for Jake Paul like he's a world title contender. Yes, it's been a little bit of a shorter camp. Yes, we've got to make weight this time around, but it doesn't matter.
Just as Eddie Hearn had us locked into full executive mode, discussing weights, contracts, and AJ moving like a perfectly tuned machine, we smoothly transition into Aid Oladipo territory. The mood instantly flips from boardroom intensity to that of a friend who knows every boxing stat and still shows up with snacks for the discussion. Sitting here, I'm thinking, Aid doesn't just analyze boxing, he tells the story as if every questionable scorecard since 2009 personally offended him.
One in the top 10, where AJ's taking it seriously, he's answering the questions direct that Ariel's throwing him. There was no, yeah, we're here to kind of f*** around, it's gonna be easy, give me my money, let me run back to the UK. This was AJ's like, no, we're taking this seriously. And that ain't a good thing for Jake Paul. It isn't. And AJ's that guy anyway. Like, I would never doubt that AJ would take this seriously. But for Jake Paul, I do wonder if realization is kicking in, or maybe he is just that delusional where he doesn't.
He watches the AJ versus Jake Paul matchup, and you can almost hear the polite skepticism in his tone, like someone just said they're going to arm wrestle a lion. Meanwhile, Jake is selling dreams and confidence like a late-night infomercial, and AJ looks like the type who sets alarms just to stay sharp. One guy is shouting, "Believe in yourself," while the other is quietly making sure the mechanics in his right hand are perfect. Then Aid moves on to dissect the rest of the boxing world, and I'm nodding along thinking, yep, this sport just decided silence was overrated, and promptly hit the cancel button.
Fascinating press conference. I think one of the biggest takeaways was, and I think we knew this on the circuit anyway, that AJ had left Ben Davison, but he confirmed it. And then he said he's training with Igor. And I wish Ariel pushed him a bit more, because I have no idea who Igor is. I feel like I know quite a few people in this Alexander Usyk camp where AJ is and has been for a while now. But Igor is most certainly not Alexander Usyk's #1 trainer. So I'm guessing it's just someone in the camp. But AJ is now training with that.
From British heavyweight clashes to global boxing politics, it feels like every fighter is trying to headline their own reality show on the same fight card. But the way Aate presents it, that's where the brilliance lies. He keeps it sharp, grounded, and just self-aware enough to make you chuckle without losing sight of the stakes. It's like watching a veteran coach calmly break down total chaos. And I love it, because behind every bold prediction and cheeky comment, there's a simple truth. Boxing doesn't reward noise, it rewards whoever actually shows up prepared. That mix of drama, discipline, and subtle madness is exactly why we can't tear our eyes away.
But I will still stand firm and say AJ should, not will, should get rid of Jake Paul in 1 round. Should. And if he doesn't, then it's more, my questions will be more to AJ. But I'm confident AJ gets this done, and I'm confident AJ hasn't come to play around. So this isn't a case of AJ just come to kind of give the American audience a show and just, you know, make Jake Paul look silly and make Jake Paul miss. And no, I think AJ's come to do damage, collect the check, and go to Saudi and have this fight in February that Turkey's been talking about.
Just as Aate had us caught in that this can't be real, yet somehow it is spiral, Johnny Nelson steps in and flips the perspective to full veteran mode. He gives us that seasoned boxer's gaze, the one that says he's seen this story before and already knows how the final act plays out. And I'm sitting here thinking the same thing Johnny is. Jake talks like a guy who just discovered motivational quotes and suddenly believes he can moonwalk through a heavyweight storm. Confidence is great, we love confidence, but this isn't a charity fun run. This is Anthony Joshua standing there like he's late for a very serious appointment. You can hear it in Johnny's voice, that calm, polite, and deadly warning that essentially says, enjoy the moment, kid, but make every move count.
Fight itself, I want to see what AJ's presence in front of Jake Paul will be like. Because AJ, especially when it comes to fighting, is a serious dude. And I know Jake Paul, the problem child, he can be rude, he can be in your face. Remember when he snatched Floyd Mayweather's hat? And they do all the kind of things, Mike Tyson ended up slapping him in his face and standing on his toe. I think Jake Paul got there, looked up and thought, shall I chance this?
As for the fight itself, I'm curious to see how it unfolds. Don't get me wrong, Jake's audacity is almost impressive in that did he really just say that kind of way. He's out here selling belief, drama, disruption, the full Hollywood trailer package. Part of me laughs, and part of me is double-checking that AJ's gloves are tied tight. Because when Nelson reminds us that boxing isn't a playground, he means it. He's translating reality. Joshua doesn't need theatrics or viral moments, he just needs one perfectly timed opening. And suddenly, the tone of the conversation shifts fast. It's like watching someone try to challenge a chess grandmaster with Monopoly rules.
For AJ, I'm stuck in between. Because nobody on this green earth would actually turn down 50, 60 million to fight Jake Paul. And people that don't like this will probably watch it because they want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out. So what does it say about AJ and what does it say about Jake Paul? I think I was thinking upside down. For AJ, I thought, Mama's cashing out. He's cashing out because he's going down this minute line, but I thought in reality, is it?
And that's where the excitement really hits. Everyone watching knows Jake's words are bold, and he loves backing them up. But AJ's presence turns a press conference into something closer to a performance review. Johnny Nelson is basically thinking the same thing. Keep the energy, keep the jokes, but don't mistake showmanship for safety. If Jake treats this like a content experiment and AJ treats it like a serious professional challenge, that contrast alone could be the loudest thing in the room. That tension is exactly why we can't look away. Confidence collides with credentials, hype runs headfirst into heavyweight reality, and the whole scenario feels like chaos with a punchline. Jake dreams big. AJ moves quietly and precisely. And that tension alone could fill seats in an empty arena. So, where do you land on all this? Miracle in the making, or a masterclass waiting to unfold? Drop your thoughts in the comments like it's a heated debate, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to. See you next time.